Alright guys, I'm gonna do a video because I keep getting people that say, why not put more information into the shorts? And I keep trying, I'm sick of trying to explain it. The shorts are the only way to get these little videos out there so that more people will see them. I would love to do some long form videos about how to handle firearms, starting from the basics, like the 10 commandments of firearm safety, starting with treat every gun as though it's a loaded gun. Never point a gun at another person, loaded or not. And I'm talking even with the airsoft guns. Start off with respecting those and handling those properly as a child, and you'll just learn gun safety and how to handle a gun and how to point the muzzle in a safe direction at all times. So, yeah, it's boring so far, right? Because I only have 1 minute when I do a short, so I gotta squeeze the fun into 1 minute. So, this, gentleman was like, why don't you at least describe a pistol? I'm gonna describe a pistol. It's a replica. It's a 1-to-1 replica that just came out. It's the Strike Industries, 9mm. It's got like a Glock lower. It's probably going to be kind of popular. This is the actual training version, so this is an airsoft gun, but it's a 1-to-1 spec. I'm not putting the real steel stuff on this channel until legalities and stuff or whatever, because I get too many people threatening bullshit. But I can still show you on this airsoft replica because it's a licensed gun, and it is made exactly the same way to spec that the Strike Industries handgun would have been made. And I just want to show you the parts that I like. I'm not going to get into the internals. Airsoft gas pistols all have similar internals. There's a nozzle in there. Sometimes it breaks. If you maintain the pistol well, it'll last a while. The gas magazines have a couple valves on them. You have to oil those once in a while. The gas itself, if you buy the kind that comes with silicone oil in it, some people claim it gums up the gun. Well, if you never clean the gun out, then yes, it will, but I think it's kind of a good thing to let a little bit of that silicone get into places that it usually doesn't. Besides that, don't overdo it. Silicone oil would be what you would use on these, and a lot of guys use it on real steel, and you only need a little bit. You put a little bit in places where the metal slide makes contact with the lower frame. Okay, so just a little bit up on the top, maybe a couple drops in the back, upside down where it makes contact, and then just rack the slide a few times to move that oil around. You might want to put some on the top there too where the slide moves across. That's your dead giveaway about it being an airsoft pistol. That thing right there is a nozzle instead of a bolt. A lot of people like to pretend that their airsoft pistols are real. I understand you want to get away with doing that, but I don't think it's smart. That's why I write airsoft in all these descriptions. So, yes, like I said, this gun operates like the regular pistol, but let me show you the part about it that I think is the coolest. I'm not going to strip this gun down, but, like any Glock style gun, it's quite simple. Alright, you drop the magazine out. You rack it back, you pull these guys down, rack it back a little further, and the whole slide comes off. Very simple. Unless you're the chief engineer at the ATF, because he took like 2 minutes or something to disassemble a Glock. Okay, it's empty, it's airsoft, I can do this. When you first get yourself an airsoft pistol or even a real steel pistol, I suggest doing that thing with a little bit of oil, and you just racking your slide a bit. Yep, bad trigger control. Even with airsoft. That's why I say start with airsoft. Get used to keeping your finger off of that fucking trigger. That's why the trigger guards have a nice little choil on them so that your finger will stay on there. And that's what I wanted to point out about this gun. This notch that is, I already mentioned this once, I don't know if anyone saw it, but this notch doesn't look like much, okay? And it's like, oh, does your finger go there? No, because your finger's going to be on the trigger. I believe this gun is also fully ambidextrous. The slide catch is on my side right now, but you can switch it over to the other side if you're a lefty, and I believe you can do that with the mag release. I'm not 100% sure on that. All in all, decent airsoft pistol for the price. It's a nice aluminum slide, so it's very light. The irons on it are decent, but it also came with a plate for putting a red dot on it. But this thing is actually pretty accurate even at 20 feet. I was having these nice tight groups, so I probably wouldn't even bother. Okay. What I like about this gun is the fact that they took the time to think about the ergonomics of it. That little cutout is so perfect for placing your thumb as a support hand. And people are like gonna say, you're gonna catch it on the slide. No, because of the fact that it creates a little shelf. You're gonna push down on that shelf and push inwards, and that's gonna give you, I shoot like this, okay? So I also like, it's not really, I guess you could call it somewhat of a beaver tail, but I like that style, almost like that 1911 style. The shadow, the first shadow, gives a really nice grip with that beaver tail. But I like getting up underneath there, and you can get a real good grip on the pistol, right? When you wrap your other hand around it, I am going to point the gun at the camera, but don't get scared. This right here, my finger is below the slide, but it's sitting in that little groove, and my thumb can sit there all day and push down because it's cut out. Alright, I'm not going to go up into the slide and get bit by the slide. My thumb is just going to sit in that groove and provide me extra support without having to worry about my my support hand moving around, my thumb moving around. I thought it was a great idea. I'm sure there's other pistols that have come out with this, but this little cutout right there gonna make a lot of people happy. Thumb fits, especially Glock owners. If you go and get yourself this Strike Industries 9x19, or even if you get like the lower, I love that. A lot of people bitch about thumb placement, but when it comes to Glocks, you got one thumb wrapped, the other thumb goes up there. Okay, it might look like my thumb is very close to that slide, but I'm pushing down on that little choil, so I know that my thumb is below that slide. Anyways, besides that, I'm not taking this thing apart. Alright, I don't want to deal with that. Great airsoft pistol for anyone that's into airsoft. There's nothing too complicated about it. Wasn't too expensive. This one might have been like $160. It's very lightweight because of the aluminum. So, my whole thing is about practicing safely, and a great way to do that, you're gonna joke and laugh and stuff like that if you're a real steel guy. But let me tell you, once you start doing this, you'll understand. You can't shoot targets really at home with real steel because your neighbor's gonna call the cops, especially if you live in Massachusetts. So you can go and you can buy licensed replicas, and then you can drill it up at home. I like to set up targets. People, they call it, dry fire practice. Well, I can do dry fire practice and actually pull the trigger, um, and something will come out of the barrel and hit my dry fire targets. They make these on spec to weight. If you want, you can fill the magazine on spec. They work the way a regular pistol should work. That's an empty magazine, so when you pull back the slide on an empty mag, your chamber is going to stay open, okay? Then you drop your mag, okay? Airsoft mag. You pop in a new magazine. If you want to be cool, you hit the slide catch. If you want to be the way the old school guys do it, shit, you rack the slide. I had my finger on the. Don't do that. I had my finger on the slide on the mag release. So, what I was trying to say was, a lot of people like to, when they run dry, their gun's gonna stay open. You pop it in your magazine, you close your slide, you start firing. The gun's in battery. Otherwise, you've run out. You drop your magazine, you pop a new magazine in, and then you can just, nope. Okay, some of them don't let you do that, but a lot of guns will let you rack the slide back just a little bit till it disengages the slide catch. You don't have to use the slide catch. That's really just to catch the slide when the magazine runs dry and your chamber is open. We'll get into that a different day. The airsoft guns are supposed to replicate that. That's why if I was to pull the trigger right now, this gas in this magazine, the slide will reciprocate, it'll make a noise. So I'm going to take that out, I'm going to dry fire it, and it's done. That's the Strike Industries pistol. Horrible review, I know. I'll get better at it. That's why I said I wanted to do these shorts to gain an audience, and then I'll do some better videos. Look at me. I got home from work a little while ago. I threw this shitty shirt on because it looks better than the shirt I had on. I was working in an attic today. I was sweating my balls off, so I looked like crap when I got home. But I noticed a couple of comments, and they were like, well, why don't you? Alright, 60 seconds short. I cannot explain anything about a pistol, okay? The 60-second shorts, especially with the voiceovers. Alright, let me tell you something. It's not my voice. Everybody does it. If you've been watching YouTube stuff long enough, you probably keep hearing these same stupid groups of words over and over. Those are voiceovers, and they get your content out into the algorithm somehow. I think it's because it's just connected to so many accounts. So you use the voiceover. Half the time the voiceover has nothing to do with what we're showing. Like the one that says, this is my beautiful, who has never done anything wrong, and this piece of lard is wanted in 3 states. I used that one recently, and people are still like, I don't get it. Dude, it's a voiceover, and it even says it at the bottom of the screen. Just try not to be so visual. It's the bottom of the screen. It'll tell you where the voiceover started from. It will let you use it if you would like to. You can use the freaking thing and create your own little dumb video like I do. Like I said, it seems to be on this cutthroat social media thing the only way to gain somewhat of an audience, and I will not lower myself to shooting firearms at night just to look cool. I'd rather show my face, be real. If you want to throw some hate my way, go ahead. I'm trying to get better at dealing with it. But here's a video. This was a video. I'm going to do a short too. We'll see which one gets more traction. Anyways, if you stayed tuned, thank you. Actually, if you stayed tuned this whole time, I know a lot of guys do this, but if you stayed tuned the whole time, comment the word Strike Industries 9x19. Just 9x19. Strike Industries 9x19. Then I'll be like, oh man, somebody watched this whole 10-minute boring piece of shit video. Awesome. I'll make them better. They'll get better.